You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You see when we step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I keep the top of my lungs. What's going on? Like that.
You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it.
Said I like it like that.
It don't make no sense. I've been tripping with finesse. You know it, you know it. I've been tripping with finesse. It don't make no sense. I've been tripping with finesse. You know it, you know it.
Diamond district in the chain. Certify you know I'm gang. Drop the top and blow the brain. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name?
I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure of walking in your shoes. It's getting hot in here, so take my phone to you.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Got your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get that together, come back and see me. I've become so numb. Yesterday you forgiven me, and now I sit back and wait till you say you're sorry. Reese's Puffs, eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl, and just like that I'm on the road.
Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long.
This is America. Don't get you slipping now.
You're going my way. But I wanna drive it all night long.
This is America. Wild, don't get you slipping now.
West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. 6 gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo Soldier. Look, it's like I told you. Any damsel that's in distress, be out of that dress when she meet Jim West. Roughneck, so go check the law on the vibe. Watch your step, reflex, and get a hole in your side.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the sun, the past the sun will pop the clock to feed himself and family. My enemies, your enemies, my enemies, we want them up like a kitchen. The younger face arouse the face, don't have a face, so now you like I'm in the gate. Ultimate.
Fuck me, fuck me,
Ultimate.
fuck me, fuck me,
Bitch, I'm ultimate.
fuck me, fuck me,
Ultimate.
fuck me, fuck me,
Bitch, I'm ultimate.
fuck me, fuck me, fuck me.
Fuck these.
As he came into the window, was the sound of a crescendo. He came in to her apartment. He left the blood stains on the carpet. She arrived at the table. He could see she was the label. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was shocking. You okay? So you okay?
What I really, really want.
You okay? So
Don't
you
tell me
okay?
what you want, what you really, really want.
You okay? So
I'll
you
tell you
okay?
what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna say just say
Lucky Tracer.
I'm already Jason.
What about Widowmaker?
I'm already
I'll be Bastion.
Bastion.
You're Red, so
my destiny.
Find a man that's worth the damn and treats you well. Then he should fool you just as well. Up against you.
How bad can I possibly be?
Bienvenidos a la cripta.
Dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita. Muerde para aquí, muerde para allá.
You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman. God is a woman. Yeah, You believe God is a woman.
No, I was wrong. I messed up, and now you're gone.
It's a bonfire. Turn the lights out. I'm burning everything you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this empty.
Hey, she's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. I did half a Zan, 13 hours till I land. Had me out like a light, like a light, like a light, like a light, out like a light, 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 yeah.
Don't wanna be the mankind idiot. One nation controlled by the media. Information age of hysteria. I'd much rather be original. Gonna take the life to take me away from you. I said I like it like that. There's no another understand or more than ever do. I got some brains down in that.
That's why it'll never work. You have me suicidal, 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 suicidal.
I used to rule the world. Seas had rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to own.
At night, I think of you. I want to be your lady, baby. If your game is on, give me a call, boo. If you're loving strong, let me give my all to you.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, takes it home.
What an intro. I figured that was a pretty good little remix mashup there to kind of christen the new design, the new setup I've got going here. So hello and welcome to another Tuesday evening, another Tuesday live stream with me. My name is Zara, and I am party rocking in the house tonight. But I'm not alone. I'm joined here by several of my friends that I will now undeafen myself and introduce. So joining me here, I suppose I should probably do this. Joining me here is, in alphabetical order, Public Opinion.
Hello.
Stupid Dice.
Hi.
And
I don't know why you're all expecting something from me.
and Wordsy,
Hello.
as usual. Welcome back. So last week we kind of previewed the game that we're going to be playing here today, and there was a whole bunch of voting went down on my Twitter and Discord, and we narrowed it down to the final leader that we're going to be playing today, which I will hop on into the game here now. So we'll be doing the Mortal Empires campaign, which is the whole map. That's absolutely everybody.
I fight for the greater good.
Okay, Tyrion.
The greater good.
He fights for the greater good. Oh, that's so good.
The greater good.
Well, we're not gonna fight for that. We're gonna fight for fucking ourselves and cash.
All right.
Blood?
I am Tyrion, heir of an area.
So we had a big poll and we narrowed it down from all of these people down
Ready to cast up.
to Aranessa Saltspite herself. She is one of the pirate lords of Sartosa, which is, I actually found out recently they're not actually supposed to be undead. They're actually, like, the pirates of Sartosa are actual pirates. They're just normal. And she actually does get some, like, actual living people. She's the only undead army in the game that gets some living units.
Huh.
But the game couldn't really justify making a whole faction for one person, so she kind of got folded into the vampirates, as it were.
Oh, so she's alive?
Debatable.
How is that a debatable state of being?
Nobody's really sure where she came from. The rumor is that she is the daughter of the sea god Manan. But she might also be like an abandoned child from a Norska tribe.
There is a lot of intentionally ambiguous lore in Warhammer.
Well, the Vampire Coasts especially, because they were kind of an underdeveloped faction all around, so...
Is this one of those things that like Game Workshop released a book for once and then just forgot about?
Pretty much.
Fight, daughter of Manan and irascible captain of the Swordfish. Your very name
They do
strikes
do that
fear into the
sometimes.
soft hearts of the men in the southern realms. Neighboring Tilea is a source of great wealth
Well,
and
this guy seems to
resources.
think you're the daughter of Manan.
Seizing or raiding these settlements will strengthen your fleet for greater voyages. Other, more verminous beings lurk here too. Skaven corruption spreads like a case of scurvy. Although it's an affliction even the dead can succumb to if left to fester. To the west, beast men gather in the forests and woods looking to strike out at the men of Estalia. While across the sea are the lands of former opulence, which now lie in ruins deep beneath the sands. And yet, the tomb robbers haven't stolen everything. There are still plenty of treasures left to plunder. But it is the sea, not the sand, that calls. The Sea Father would have you sit upon a throne of coral and rule the world, and so sends undead allies to aid your cause.
You are the queen of the tides. All shall bow to your piratical majesty.
So that's how they're justifying undead, I see.
Basically. Alright. Pirate coves. Okay, so there's a lot going on. Occupy, loot, raise, or sack 4 different settlements. Okay. So, if there's any questions that come up as to what is happening, please ask. I'm a bit of a veteran of this series, so there's probably things that will just slip by without me thinking about it.
Okay, what are the winds of magic?
So I'll answer this one. Basically, in the Warhammer universe, this is both 40k and Warhammer Fantasy, which I will be calling Warhammer. Magic comes from hell.
Kind of.
And basically, there's this alternate dimension. I think it's the realm of chaos in Warhammer terminology, which is ruled over by the four gods of chaos. And the winds of magic refer to the flowing power of this place that people can channel into using magic. And in this setting, magic is incredibly dangerous to use on account of being from the realm of from all that being from the realm of chaos thing. In the tabletop RPG, whenever a caster uses magic, there is a chance they could just blow themselves the fuck up or summon a demon.
Sounds bad.
The winds and magic in this game are just kind of like you use them in battle to cast your spells, but how much is replenished depending on how strong the winds of magic are blowing, and it's all kind of a little bit random in battle. There's no chance of you just miscasting and it exploding, but...
So is this a real-time or a turn-based?
The campaign is turn-based. The battles are real-time.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, in the tabletop RPG, if I recall correctly, it was you'd roll every turn to see how much magic a caster got, and that's why it's referred to as wins.
Mm-hmm.
And casting a spell just had risks.
Okay, so... this is Arnessa's army right here. All the Vampire Coast lords get a shipbuilding panel. So you basically build upgrades for your ship here, which act as a horde. But they can basically like recruit some units from the army itself without having to be in a region that you control.
Huh.
It's pretty neat. There's a whole bunch of different buildings to choose from in here. Ones that I am not overly familiar with. I have not played as the Vampire Counts for very long.
The salt.
Maximum armor. Let's turn this ship into a tank.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about the Vampire Counts. I read through like the Vampire Pirates. I read through like the Vampire Lords Codex once, and in the tabletop RPG, the codexes were both the rule books and like the lore guide to factions in the game. They're only all written by one person. Now you may be thinking to yourself, hey, isn't it really hard to both write a bunch of like background nonsense for a faction and all the rules? And yes, it is. Does that cause problems? Yes, it does.
I can also imagine that having all these different rule books, each one written by a single different person, is gonna cause some collisions.
That is why the lore in these series is highly ambiguous and constantly and just can seemingly contradict itself all the time.
Pirate decans.
They also cannot for the life of them agree with them whether or not they're being very grimdark, ironically or seriously.
The lovely bride.
So, one of the things that the Vampire Coast gets to do is, I think the Vampire Counts get to do it as well, but we can also do it from sea, is we get the Raise Dead option. So basically, if there are battles fought in certain regions, like large battles with lots of people who died, we can then raise dead and get... We still have to pay for them, but we get free units rather than having to like wait a turn for them to build.
But the Vampire Counts, the way they worked was basically you had like all these like trash units, just zombies and whatnot. that would just flood the board while you had like your heavy hitting vampires and whatnot actually kill people.
Yeah, I remember one thing that struck me when I had my own brief dalliance with 40k back like in early high school. Like, as appealing as it was to like, you know, think about having an orc army, it was like, holy shit, I need to buy like 300 miniatures.
Basically, yeah.
A lot of effort.
Like Space Marines are the most economical army because they're so you can have an army consisting of much fewer individuals.
Do that for research.
The cool stuff is.
Yeah, the cost is just ugh. Like I did it in, like when I was in high school and like didn't really buy anything in college because like back in high school, all income's disposable, baby.
Yeah.
Actually, SARTOSA is really small, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'll go with growth.
What are you trying to decide right now?
So there's a bunch of stuff. SARTOSA is its own region, so normally you have to control like multiple, like for example, Talia here is a combination of both Miragliano and Lucchini. So you have to own both of these in order to set a commandment that covers the whole region. SARTOSA is its own region. It is this island right here.
Lucchini's too close to you. Destroy them.
We will definitely get there. But since I am building, I can't actually move.
Alright, so this big game basically is a civilization that briefly will turn to Command and Conquer for fights.
A little bit.
Alright, well.
This is our kind of like global. This is how we win the campaign, basically. We're looking for the pieces of 8. There are 8 rogue
For a
armies.
second there, I thought you said the Pieces of Eden.
Well,
which is why I refer to them now for the rest of the campaign, because we cannot escape Assassin's Creed now, apparently.
So over the course of the campaign, there are a bunch of rogue armies around that I have to defeat to get these pieces of 8.
All right, now
the map is very large.
This is probably gonna bite me in the ass because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that 8's a fairly bad number in Warhammer.
Could be.
Maybe.
I think this one is associated with the gods of chaos. Well, I'll go into more detail when we actually fucking see any chaos gods.
Yep. Beastmen somewhere nearby.
There goes Naked Claw.
I'll start talking about the gods of chaos more when we actually see them.
We won't be seeing chaos for a long time.
Oh. Which actually they never actually like released any artwork of the 4 gods of chaos, which is a bit weird since they do describe them from time to time.
Mad Mullitson.
He's one of the armies we have to fight to get the pieces of 8.
Let's kick his ass.
Kill his.
Well, what we want to do first.
There, the lovely bride.
Yeah, I have to change my stance.
We're ship-shape.
What kind of a garrison do they have? Not much. I can probably stomp them pretty handily.
So I'm like, when I know of Warhammer, there is like a 50% chance that like thing she has on her jawbone is a magical item.
Great. So you also get hero units that you can send out on missions, or you can embed them into armies. I tried to get him to steal technology just to get experience, and he got wounded, so he's gone for a little while.
I'm gonna go see if they have any cool new stuff.
I ran out of movement before I could get to Lucchini, so we have to wait till next turn to actually siege him.
Alright, so I really hope they bring back a core thing that I know definitely was in 40k, but not entirely sure it was in Warhammer, but it probably should have been, was like mission types, and there's a standard, just kill everyone, whoever kills the most people from the tournament wins. But there's also objectives where everyone would just like place down like between like a random number of just markers on the board. And whoever happened to have like units within the closest range of that when the game ended would get a point. And whoever had the most points would win. So I hope they bring the totally arbitrary like objective markers to this game.
No, there's fairly clear things that we need to do.
Okay. I mean, and then the tactical scenarios, but
Okay, I don't need to watch everything.
Aranessa salt spike.
Now we can destroy Lucini.
eat shit, Lucci.
So this is the balance of power. It's a little bit in our favor. We can either fight the battle or auto-resolve. In this case, it's probably just worth auto-resolving.
Yeah.
Because if I actually fight this, I might end up taking more casualties.
Okay. I was gonna say it could be useful just to see combat, but thinking about it, we're probably gonna see a lot of combat. So what's the point?
Yeah, we lost 48 men in that siege.
Sack it.
Oh, how many do you raise?
Raising.
I claim it for the Sea Father.
We don't really want that much actual. We could establish. I guess I could sack it.
Come on,
I'm gonna sack it.
All right. So what's the difference between sacking and raising?
Admiral, can its riddle be solved?
If we sack the city, we get a bunch of money, and then they dislike us, and then the city still exists. If we raise it, like Ikit Claw did to Tabaro, it becomes ruins. It can still be resettled. If you bring a hero there, you can still resettle it into a city, but it's all the buildings are gone or destroyed.
Do we control the sacked city though, right?
No, we'd have to occupy it.
Okay. So
But
what?
I don't think we really want to do that right now. But first, Aranessa gained a level.
Monkey check.
All right. I'm gonna ask my questions once we get.
I'll get for Root Archer because that's always useful. So then if we go back, we can also establish. Well, I guess we could occupy it. Don't know if we really want to occupy though. Our thing is that we don't really need to own a lot of land. We just need the pirate coves. So I think I'm just going to establish a pirate cove because that just gets us more money.
Oh.
It's never a bad idea to have more money as a pirate.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like our army is like maximum size right now.
No, not even close.
Oh.
We have 12 out of 20 units.
Oh, never mind then. I did not account for the fact that this would be increasing the size.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was set.
We could get some more. I'm gonna get some more gunnery mobs.
Bloated corpse.
Yeah, bloated corpse. I'll just get everybody. Sure. Let's party.
Ready to swordfish.
Okay, that's that.
So you roll up, you murder everyone and take all their shit. Then you just walk out of the city and you go, know what? Forgot something. Turn around.
Yeah.
Put the zombie governor in charge of your pirate cove.
It's a little silly. Now Talea's main army has been lured down here.
They were drawn by the siren song of being super wrecked.
And since we have a pirate cove here, we can actually
This
build
is working out.
buildings.
Oh.
Do we get any benefits from
Corrupted
like,
tavern.
from fighting them in our home city?
Yes. Any city that you have occupied for a long period of time gets a garrison. SARTOSA's garrison is quite large. It's a large city. So when you go into battle, you get your army plus those guys.
Oh, cool.
So it is a significant. But, oh wait, Lucini does have a garrison again. Oh, I guess I didn't actually raise the city, so the garrison never went away.
Not like
Oh no!
I want to fight them right now.
So what's our immediate strategic objective? What's our like short-term strategic objective here?
Get a bunch of money, basically, and do some research. I'm going to.
The goal is get money, get paid early on.
Kinda.
What are you gonna turn that into?
Dig for treasure. We can't.
There's treasure. I can smell it. For SARTOSA!
Okay, so I'm gonna go into my ambush stance, and hopefully he'll come out here and bump into me, and I can lure him into a fight without the reinforcements from Lucchini. Yeah, for now we're just kind of waiting for things to build and grow and expand and whatnot.
So do they simulate the entire world in this campaign?
Yes. It is.
Because I know we were passing through a lot of icons there.
There's a lot of factions, yeah.
So if we,
a lot of them
okay,
get
so
eliminated toward like the middle game, and then you get.
Also,
kind of
you
the
may
big
have noticed the. I'm sorry. You also might have noticed the area we're in here looks kind of like the boot of Italy. I'm sure that's nothing.
I mean, it's yeah.
I will not obey.
You also know the fact that everyone here has Italian names.
Like Luigi.
That's
Let's
Sartosa's most
see what
infamous.
we got here.
Bring the storm!
Okay, they appear to have two heroes.
One is their lord, which is Leonardo Catraza here, and then the other one is a hero, a melee specialist.
The Sea Father calls. His daughter answers.
This could go badly, but let's see.
Wow, short campaign.
Who is the Sea Father?
The Sea Father, I believe, is Manan.
Oh.
Would be my guess.
Heard he called, so I was like, oh.
All right. So, we got a lot to deal with here.
Free company!
Infantry there. What are these guys? Bombers.
So, is this a bring your army and duke it out kind of RTS, or is it a build stuff and then duke it out RTS?
It's a you. This is what you got.
All right.
This is our army. So some of these guys get Vanguard deployment, so they can actually start outside of my deployment area.
Oh no.
Our Scurvy Dogs and our Sartosa Free Companies. So I think I'm going to put the Scurvy Dogs in the forest here. They'll hide in there until they're ready.
The Scurvy Dogs appear to be some sort of actual dog beast.
The Scurvy Dogs are, yeah, I think they're like weird looking dogs.
Ooh. It's got a skull-faced hellhound lion.
I don't know why the camera shakes when I get close to them.
Scared.
Straight fear.
Now, if I recall, vampire counts also have a unit that's just a swarm of bats.
Most of our guys are just pirate zombies with guns.
I wish they were swarms of bats.
I hope you like guns, because the vampire counts get a lot of ranged units.
I mean, they're pirates. Pirates use guns.
And we also have our rotting Prometheans here, which are giant crabs.
Yeah, that sounds about standard for Warhammer.
That's our bloated corpse.
Hey.
And there's Aranessa.
Oh no, Aranessa joined the unit. You're getting shot to pieces out there.
She'll be fine. There's not really a good place to deploy here, so whatever. I'll just go right up front. I want.
Free company!
Oh, there they are. These are the Sartosa Free Company. So these are just actual pirates. These are just dudes fighting alongside our zombies.
Look, making factions is hard.
They believe in freedom, even the freedom to perform necromancy. Or they believe in money.
Bombers will go there.
Yeah, they definitely do not believe in freedom. This is the Warhammer universe.
I mean, they believe in their freedom. It's in the name. Free company.
The best you're going to get is very dark shade of gray.
What abilities does Aranessa have? Spearfisher's Net, which is Hex, and Manon's Luck. Alright.
Your gun lines are primed. Admiral, you have the ability to decimate your enemy, should you have a plentiful amount of ammunition at your disposal.
I got 3 bolts.
Okay, loaded corpse going in. Let's go,
Put
buddy.
that corpse in there.
Who is a problem? Halberdiers, maybe.
So are there cover mechanics in this game? Are these trees causing problems?
Not really. They're trying to flank with their cavalry, but they're gonna run into my crabs if they try that. Those guys are already out of morale, so they're running.
Fun fact, morale was also a thing in the tabletop RPG. Basically, everything would have a leadership score, and if you took like 25% casualties or lost a melee combat in the assault phase, you'd have to roll leadership, which is roll 2d6 and roll under the leadership value, or equal to or under the leadership value.
Whoa,
Oh god!
Loaded corpse.
That's what
Good
he's
job,
for.
DC.
And
oh, who are these guys?
if you failed, you would either start running away if you were in melee, but if you were shooting, if you were engaged in melee, there was a chance the enemy would catch you in a sweeping advantage and just fucking annihilate the entire unit.
Jesus.
And you'd have to and if you're fleeing, you'd have to pass another leadership check and start your turn in order to rally.
Oh, I see. These are ranged cavalry. Okay, well, I'll send them.
I think they're being more successful at their flanking than we had hoped.
Yeah.
A little bit. We'll be alright.
Oh.
Do our horde abominations cause more morale damage than regular dudes?
Yes, absolutely. Anything, they have the ability that they cause fear. Or at least some of them do. I guess these ones don't. But these ones are getting out by
Oh
these
god, our
ranged
crabs
units.
are so disengaged from the rest of the fight now.
Yeah, they're kind of getting messed up by these horse archers. The gunners. You fire at those horses because you can outrange them.
Bones and flesh.
Yeah, it looks like we have a lot of our army not engaged. Or it looks like they're fully engaged.
Okay, dogs. You guys are gonna go take care of the archers. We'll get them. Get them, boys.
Fetch.
I mean, it's just like a bunch of games that fetch all at once, right?
Aaron says one hard. Just fighting this guy.
Is that? How much of that blood is hers?
Probably not much. A little bit. She's taking a bit of damage. Deck gunners, please fire on these guys.
Getting like Dragon Age Origins level bloody over here.
I do have the blood mod installed, or not mod, the DLC, I should say.
Blood for blood god. Skull throne. Okay, Sigmar, so you guys are Empire.
These guys are, they count under the Empire banner in this game, but they're technically...
So they just had an Empire voice line.
Yeah. They are technically different, finger quotes, but they're basically, as far as this game is concerned, they're the Empire.
So yeah, the Sigmar is the founder of the Empire. He's worshipped as a god king, and he owns the eponymous Warhammer.
Gotta admit, I wasn't aware there was a Warhammer.
Is it like an important hammer at least?
Yes, I think if you were Empire, I think the Emperor Karl Joseph Franz will use it.
Yeah, Karl Franz has a big Warhammer.
That's Karl Franz.
No crabs, get out of there. characters haven't
Also
even
weird.
taken it yet.
The weird things, one of the weird things when you're going from Warhammer Fantasy to 40k is that, or vice versa, is that there's actually a guy who's in charge of the Empire, whereas in the 40k, the Imperium is ruled by the High Lords of Terra, who are just really bad at their jobs.
Free company!
So yeah,
I don't. How do you be good at your job in Warhammer? Seems like everybody's constantly trying to kill everybody.
Basically in 40k, the Imperium is falling apart at the seams because of all the war, and they're this totalitarian, brutalist hellscape, which everyone just takes the average man and average day like individuals and just grinds them beneath like the crushing weight of its own oppression.
Quick march!
Did I take care of those guys? Yes. I did. So morale is a pretty big deal in these games. As undead, we don't have morale. We have binding instead, which basically means once our leadership starts to fall apart, all of our troops literally start to fall apart because they're undead.
Let's use some glue. That'll work.
Dogs.
I keep saying this, but in the tabletop RPG, the way that would work is basically if you fail a leadership check, the amount you failed by would just result in more damage to the unit.
Free company!
Wait, they get so spooked they hurt themselves?
No, they just get so badly wrecked and they don't bother retreating, so they just get owned even harder.
Giant enemy crabs. So when an enemy starts to run away, it doesn't automatically mean that they're gone. A lot of the times they'll break and they'll start to run, but then they'll rout, come back, and then that's kind of a process you need to do a couple times until they become shattered, at which point they don't come back. Or unless all of their army is routing in this case, and we can end the battle. If we wish, we can chase them down to get more casualties, but a close victory. Could have been better.
Ooh, well, we lost, a third-ish.
Yeah.
So is there an option to retreat from the battle if things aren't going your way?
I'm pretty sure you can just retreat from the battle. It still takes a while because all your units have to run to the edge of the map.
Also, that guy's armies look pretty full. Let's finish him off.
He's done. I did lose deck gunners, though. That sucks. And my bloated corpse. But he killed 236 people.
Welcome, stream. You just missed a giant battle. It was epic.
Oh,
it was.
Bees.
You missed the boarding.
We just burned down a giant apiary.
Think! Come on!
Do I want to occupy?
I am
I'll take
a
Do it.
chosen.
Do it. Immediately get everyone. What are you even waiting for?
That's a bad idea for us because it takes a lot of resources to defend a large empire. And
Okay. And where do we get these resources?
Make
From other people. Kill them.
Forwards, our
Or
main
pirates.
objective is the 8 MacGuffins.
The MacGuffins. We need ships.
We need to get the pieces of Eden.
Pirate queen!
Not those. Those are bad. Those are stupid.
Zombie pirates with cans. Meh. I don't want more of those. I want more.
Brother, there's like a 90% chance we're gonna get these pieces. They're gonna be evil and summon a demon to kill us.
Good.
I want. Where do I get them?
All I know is they got stuff and we don't have it.
I do kind of want to get a gunnery white. Beeline for that.
Ready to swordfish!
But yes, welcome bee drops and crew. I hope the ghost didn't spook you too much because I hope the ghost story didn't spook you too much because now we're in one.
Are there... Okay, so in Warhammer, are there very clear
Rival
allusions to
power
pop
comes to
culture
party.
movie people?
Yes.
Like, is,
Change in your
okay,
mental
I want to
race.
know who Jack Sparrow is
Consider
of
their offer
Warhammer.
carefully.
A lot of these references are fairly old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's also a diplomacy mechanic, in which case Talea is offering 600 golds to us to lay off for a peace treaty. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, let's fuck him up.
Get him, kill him,
Can we,
never
can we-
stop.
Can we run him down? Can we chase after him and finish him off?
Well, we already killed him.
Oh.
He'll be out of combat for a while. He will eventually be able to come back.
I meant his army. Like I saw there were still units left.
Oh no, they're all dead. We killed them all.
Oh! I saw the end of Scream mission and thought that meant they were still operating.
Oh no! If you lose in a siege battle, then your entire army dies.
Oh, shit! We fucked him up.
Yeah, he's in trouble right now. We are much more powerful than him right now.
So we're gonna press his advantage or do something else?
Skaven Blade kind of scares me a little bit. Skaven Blade is basically the Skaven capital of the world. That is also another very large city that is just a single region. Skaven
Blade. We probably don't want to. We don't want to be responsible for maintaining something right next to it.
Well, it could be a problem, but actually, let's see. Let's see how they feel about us.
In Warhammer, the Skaven basically just have giant tunnels that go across the entire world, and they spread poison and disease.
Let's see if Ikit Claw wants a non-aggression pact.
Have they not fallen into the world?
Yes. Okay. All right. So I have a non-aggression pact with Ikit Claw now. Hopefully that will maintain. Probably not, because he's Skaven. But
I also think that they're supposed to be mostly myths to the Empire, but the problem is like with a lot of things, people probably can't agree with this. So there's probably a lot of sources where everyone who just knows what the Skaven are, or others is like, what are this?
So, especially in this game, the different Skaven lords that you can play as, they are all over the map. Like Ikit Claw is here in Skaven Blight. Deathmaster Snick starts way over here.
Also,
other Skavens start like down here, and there's one up here. They're everywhere.
Also, as I mentioned before, you might have noticed how this map looks somewhat familiar. But if you go, something interesting to the west of here immediately, that's where that horseshoe-shaped thing, that's where the elves live.
That is Ulfwan, yes. The High Elves, I should say.
Yeah, the High Elves.
An event. Fleshy Fortune. Ahoy there. We've come across an enemy encampment devoid of life and littered with corpses. Half-devoured bodies are scattered about the clearing. The fallen dead were elite riflemen. Surely one among them will be of use to us. Or perhaps we should seek out the creature that caused this massacre. So we can recruit a hero from this. So we can either get a Gunnery Wight or a Mourngul Haunter.
That's your choice.
Gunnery Wights are really useful for us because we got a lot of ranged units. The Mourngul Haunters are also...
Yeah, let's go all in then. Let's get a gunner. Lock and load this fucker.
All of our heroes and lords also have names. This guy's name's Artie Nuts.
It's me, Artie Nuts. Welcome to the sea, whatever.
It's a me, Artie Nuts.
Hey, research.
Wow, it's me.
Oh, he's got.
I got to go make some tomato sauce.
So I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna attach him to Aranes's army, so he will provide training, which will give our units just a boost of experience over time. He also appears in battle as a unit.
Cool.
He levels up just like our heroes and gets like abilities and stuff, so he can buff all of our ranged units. They're pretty useful.
Artie seems like he's great.
Yeah, the heroes in this game are pretty good. Like, it's a really good idea to just get them buffed up. Oh, hey, my other Gunnery Wight is alive again. He's back. PD Elson. I'm gonna send him up to go spy on Uraglion. That's as far as he can.
I'm gonna do some sneaking. I am 50 feet tall, motherfuckers.
We need a lot of infamy to recruit these admirals, so we're not gonna do that. But I'm going to increase our leadership. So the main thing that the Vampire Coast deals with is infamy. There's a list of 14 pirates. And they have different levels of infamy. Currently, we are number 14.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
We're not that far behind Luther Harkon, though.
Yeah, I'm noticing like all the bottom ones are the ones that were like
Yeah.
playable.
Which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in lore, but
Yeah.
it's because like these were basically the four most the most famous of the group.
Yeah.
But it's a gameplay thing basically. It's
Yeah.
all of these guys we have they have armies on the map and we can find them and fight them. Become more infamous than them. But the other thing too is we also can spend infamy to do various things. Like I do believe.
Just start off as Archon, the Ever Chosen, and we're like the bottom tier Chaos Lord.
No, this. I
No
guess we
one
just spend money
respects
for
you.
our rights.
Chosen
Never
them
mind.
all, 4 gods of chaos.
Oh, this is the one we want. Queen Bess. Queen Bess is a gigantic cannon. It's really good.
Gonna reach rank 12. And we were 3, if I recall.
Keep building. Actually, no, I don't have enough.
I wonder where the thing came from where people name big guns and weapons like, you know, Desi or Bertha.
Okay, so now that I'm in a different region, you can see my recruitment options are limited. My local recruitment, I can only get the pirates, basically. My global recruitment options are, I always have access to those anywhere I am on the map, but they take longer to build, basically.
Balance.
Yeah.
I just realized I don't think Ogre Kingdoms are a faction in this game, are they?
Not in this game. There's heavy speculation that they're going to be in Total Warhammer 3.
Oh, at this point they're running out of factions, so they would have to.
The ones that people are expecting the most are Chaos Dwarves, Ogre Kingdoms, and the Chaos Demons Chaos.
Yeah.
But again, all of that is literally speculation. There's absolutely nothing to back that up as far as fact goes. I know somebody that works for Creative Assembly, and he won't tell me. So,
huh? Gotta keep
Yeah,
it close.
that makes sense because Ogre Kingdoms and Demons of Chaos are 2 actual like in circulation things. I think Chaos Dwarves are probably one of those, like I mentioned earlier, playbooks that got released in like the 90s or something, then just never touched ever again.
Pirates have been spotted close by. Showing
Pirates,
them your
where?
broadside would be a good way to
Are the
further
pirates?
your infamy.
Look towards the water.
We can't have pirates around here.
it's Black Buckthorn.
No, not Black Buckthorn.
He's level
Black
25, and
Buckthorn?
He's a dwarf pirate, yeah.
He's
How
got
did
a
you-
lot
there.
of, or I mean, rank 25. I assume his dudes are fairly potent. Oh wait,
Yeah.
we can't even spy
Hey,
half of them.
thank you for following, TJ. He is also number 6 on the infamy list.
Oh shit, we gotta beat this dude up.
I mean, eventually, yes, we will have to beat him up, but that's a ways yet. He's very scary. Dwarves versus undead is a bad matchup.
Much like elves versus undead, or elves versus empire, or undead versus empire.
All right, I'm gonna push my luck.
Yes. Or undead versus undead. Goddamn undead, you've ruined everything.
No, I won't march.
Fear the pirate queen.
So I could
You
have
should
put.
probably
Sorry, what was that?
fear the pirate queen.
Yeah.
Why does everybody make call-outs all the time?
Because it's a video game.
So I could
I
put
would
her into
destroy
the marching stance, which would let us move further. But in battle, our units are tired, retreat is impossible, and we can't actually initiate battles. So probably not worth it. Just in case he decides to attack us in that state, which probably not.
Find treasure.
But we still can't get to the city either way, so it's not really worth it.
For Chag, as you can see, the entire world gets to go, and then we get to go again.
Oh, these are greenskins.
Oh no, orcs.
Yeah.
Or goblins. Or orcs and goblins.
Probably both. Also, question, does Dice have a shotgun? No, but the undead do.
Well,
Or the winds of magic.
All of the undead have guns. What do you do?
Who gave all the undead guns?
The queen
We
of
did.
time.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
We literally just raised the gun weight.
I feel like
Which you?
everybody's giving the to me.
Yeah, it'll be a while before I get another surplus point. So,
Ready to swordfish.
Aranessa's ship name is the Swordfish.
Okay.
That's why she keeps saying ready.
I was
the Swordfish.
expecting there to be like a unit called the Swordfish that just had giant zombified sword, just they wielded as weapons.
Oof. Miragliano has a pretty beefy garrison.
I will not obey.
Aranessa salt spite.
He can one a shotgun with one shell as a trait.
You can have one. And the undead have lots of shotguns.
Block the army.
Apparently.
I'm gonna steal research.
I'm just gonna use magic.
There we go. He
Giant
succeeded.
Vulture Man said he could teach me magic.
Oh dang, he succeeded and gained 2 levels.
Oh, nice.
Good job.
Congrats, Petey.
He is going to. He's always ready. I'm probably gonna use him on the campaign map, so I'll give him block army and steal technology. That just increases chances of doing a
My
successful action. I need a way to lure him out, but I think I know how.
Bring me their treasures.
I'll put them into a raiding stance.
More moving, less moaning.
So if you are in a raiding stance in an enemy territory, you raid them and you get money. We're making 303 extra gold from that. Not the most useful, but can't really do anything else right now, so
Sartosa's most infamous.
let's see what we got. Ooh. Loaded corpses.
Fear the pirate queen.
What else do we got here? Gunnery mobs. Yeah, might as well just fill up my doom stack and see what he does. We're making pretty decent money, so not too
Get
worried
that
about it.
doom.
The more units you have in that you have recruited like on the map, the more your upkeep is. So there is a bit of a balance in game between your income and how many units you're fielding. God, I don't care.
The true pirate of the great ocean.
The rogue armies will almost never actually attack you.
Almost never.
They might occasionally in like the later game, but in the early game they just wander around.
Sounds like they're scared.
Ready to swordfish.
Aranessa gained another level. No, we want to keep doing this, so just increase the replenishment.
What's that do?
I refuse.
Replenishment rate increases how much your units like heal on the campaign map.
Okay.
Right now I'm in enemy territory, so they're not replenishing. But that is actually, do they have a stance that can do that? I think if I go into in camp stance, then they will start replenishing anywhere. But it's not as fast as it would be if we were on in our home territory.
Here's the thing, I've just suddenly become incredibly interested in knowing.
I have nothing.
So I do know one thing about Warhammer, and it's a man named Marcus.
Marcus Wolfhart?
No,
Fair enough.
Marcus Phoenix.
Pirate's life.
I don't think it's Phoenix either.
From Gears of War.
A done deal.
I'm gonna let these guys come to me, so I'm gonna
Onward. I've got your bearing.
actually, I'll go there.
The trap is
Strategy
set.
game of hulking meatmen versus
You might be
underground
right.
demon alien bugs.
That
Gears
is
of
Warhammer 40K.
No, different hulking meatmen.
Like, Chainsaw weapons are the signature weapon of the Space Marines.
Son of a bitch,
It's
yeah.
true, yeah.
This is just. Damn.
Got a lot of research to do here.
The main difference, though, is what we're. I don't actually know if you guys are aware, but the Space Marines are super religious. They're basically Knight Templars. Well, kind of, because there's also a faction that's very explicitly the Knight Templars. There's a Space Marine chapter that's explicitly the Knight Templars in space. Well, the Black Templars.
Swords beat swords.
So they're even more religious.
And Petey's just a regular Elon Musk over there. All this tech.
Yeah, it's a good idea to just basically always have your heroes doing
A storm
missions
comes,
so that they just get experience.
and you are in the eye.
Oh, apparently I was at war with this Bretonnian faction.
Oh no!
Okay, they want a peace treaty. They're probably never going to encounter you guys, so have fun.
So you should have pissed them off.
You should have demanded they pay you some money for this peace treaty.
That's true, I could have.
Oh, but isn't the Gentleman Jenkins? Jesus, why are all the damn pirates hanging out in our pond?
They just kind of float around in the ocean. There's a bunch of them.
I was under the impression that Vampire Coast was like in South America.
Well, that's because okay. So Aranessa starts in Sartosa. Noctilus starts in the Galleon's graveyard right here in the middle of the ocean. And then Luthor, Harkon, and Celostra start down here on the actual Vampire Coast that's marked on the map right here. Sartosa is kind of the weird one because it's not actually undead, but it is pirates. So
I'm no mermaid.
You can see that.
okay, let's
The
go back
queen
to
of
Ginny.
tides.
I should be able to. I want to get a pirate cove going here somewhere. I thought I could. Apparently, there's a dig for treasure thing too. This I am entirely unfamiliar with.
Gotta dig for treasure at the locations hinted at in the riddles.
I should be able to start a port. If I go, maybe I have to be in on the ocean. Oh, I'm gonna dig for treasure this time. Dig treasure hunt failed. Well,
Gotta check the map, solve the riddle.
PD tried.
I think there's like an actual riddle.
I think there is.
You have to do an action.
What does treasure have to do with war? Well, we're pirates, so it's in our lifeblood.
How can you fight a war without treasure? And why would you fight a war for not treasure?
And we're undead, so there's not much lifeblood left.
Actually, I think most of the factions in Warhammer are pretty much just motivated by hate.
Yeah.
Well, do they hate treasure?
No, they just hate.
Okay. I bet you can treasure in that hate, in which as pirates we have to fight.
Actually, I think only one of the hate and treasure are the greatest motivators in the afterlife. Actually, I think only one of the four gods of chaos actually cares about money.
Find the hidden treasure, solving the map's riddle, using a dig for treasure with your army or hero. Oh, here we go. To the north of the Pirate's Isle lies a bejeweled city whose wonder has the power to enchant and beguile. A great hoard of treasure may be received.
To the north.
And they care about money.
I'm assuming it's this one, but
Oh. I mean, is it...
Swords beat swords.
I mean, Mirage Lane. Yeah, must be. So I guess you gotta dig in the city?
maybe. Or closer to it, maybe.
I'll take them
Go Petey, go Petey, go.
Okay, it's gonna be a while before I do that. So we can turn this into a level 2 city. Increasing the level of the city gives you a bigger garrison and lets you build like the next tier of buildings. So it's just generally a good idea. Yeah. Oh, I can get zombie pirate deckhand pole arms now. I think I'm gonna do that. You guys can go away.
The tides.
Yeah, it's global recruitment, but whatever. Not really doing much else at this point. Other than waiting for Talea to build up. Which they seem to be doing.
So, it seems like the other pirates just...
The
are they going
mighty
to...
and ancient sea beast attacks any and all, my lord, leaving destruction in its wake.
Huh, that's new.
CB.
Aminar.
Wait, that's your dad.
No, that's... My dad is Manan. This is just...
Okay.
A monster.
Interesting.
Oof. Wow, he messed that place up.
Oh, time to go eat it.
He's got 2 armies sitting there, plus the reinforcements.
Not likely.
Oh, didn't mess it up that much, I guess, huh?
Yeah, they did probably take some damage.
Absolutely not.
But I thought I could make pirate coves with my heroes, but apparently I can't do that. Well, I can dig for treasure though.
With the sea comes
Treasure hunt failed.
Huh.
Come on, Petey.
For SARTOSA.
Get your act together.
It's gotta be somewhere around there.
Already gained a level. Got more research. Probably gonna be getting these once I actually get some actual cannons. Income from ports. Yeah, that's a good one. More money is always good to have. Ooh, we can increase SARTOSA to level 3. That's a good idea. Yeah. Talea is currently holed up a little too tightly, so I can't really do much about it just yet. I gotta wait for them to come out.
But you should stop being so scared and fight.
I mean, they will wreck me if I have to fight that many of them.
They should also be honorable and fight us one at a time.
Well, there is an ability that you can get, which I'm actually trying to.
SARTOSA's most infamous.
This one, Lightning Strike. And basically, if you enable the Lightning Strike ability in battle, you fight it without any reinforcements. So you just fight 1v1, which is a really good way to kind of cut down on that kind of thing.
Swordfish.
See, I assumed you were going to say you're going to unlock a taunt ability where you can just call them names and lure them out of their city.
That would be nice, but for now, I'll move just far enough that I can't raid. Well, I'm going to dig for treasure. I didn't find any.
Mind that recoil. This one will grow.
PD will continue to steal technology. Everywhere else is still building.
Man, PD's getting leveling up mad like this.
Yep. Every hero and lord can be up to level 30. He's still got a ways to go yet, but he's getting there.
Gotta do those push-ups, get swole.
Basically. Oof, looks like Wicked Claw just got ruined by the Empire there.
Oh, you should have built a nuke.
We'll just sit here and raid them and see if they come for us.
Get moving.
It's the pirate.
But I don't want them both to come. I just want one of them, so I'm going to try and block this army.
Who's Zeraxgil there? Is that a dwarf city?
That is Greenskins, looks like.
Ah.
Is there a first-person mod of the battle portion of the game?
I'm pretty sure there is a way to actually track a unit and then go into, like, it's almost like a third-person mode. I don't remember how exactly, but it can be done. Oh yeah, Skull Mountain. I think there's several of these, but throughout the map.
Well, in the grim darkness of shattered Europe, Skull Mountains.
The genie is done building. I can build. I gotta save up money for a new level 3 port. That will get me some new vampire fleet captains. They're the ones that can establish pirate coves, so yeah, we want to do that.
Ah.
Saving money for our port. As a proper pirate would.
So here's my question to you, Zara. What giant fuck-off monsters do we get as part of Vampire Coast?
We get the Necrofex Colossus.
Nice.
What are the words you just said out loud?
The Necrofex Colossus. It is basically a giant rotting ship manned by a bunch of zombie pirates that shoots. It basically has like a revolver cannon arm. It's probably one of the coolest units in the game. And it is amazing. I cannot wait until we get them. We also get an even bigger crab. Because this is like a group of crabs. We also get another monstrous beast that's just one big crab.
The one spoken of in legend, it's the giant enemy crab.
That's the one. I kind of want to get that loot, so
The Queen of
trip.
Tides. Get going.
March.
Come through. Move.
The power that surrounds us. Mist clings to the
All right.
ground and stubbornly refuses to shift even as your followers stride forth. They approach a place of ancient power. It's forbidding, but those who dare to tread here may be rewarded, or so the prophecy scrawled into the map states. So we can either improve our performance in battle or on the campaign map.
Whatever one you think is going to be harder for you, Zara.
I vote battle.
I don't remember how many turns it lasts, but yeah, we'll go battle. I think it's 10 turns.
Oh.
Oh, and we also got the terrifying Mask of E. Yeah, so there's a little bit of like RPG mechanics. All of your heroes and lords can equip items and like banners and followers. So right now we've got the terrifying Mask of E, which I'm pretty sure we caused fear and terror anyway, but...
So kitting out your heroes was actually a thing in the tabletop RPG. Except for the named heroes, they just had their own set gear. But yeah, it was a thing. You just kit out your like leaders with like the best gear you wanted for point costs. So you're choosing between like another 5 like Imperial soldiers or like a badass sword.
I'm pretty sure at this point Talia has ran out of money because they're not recruiting more. This guy will also boost income by 7%.
Huh. I never thought of the NPCs running out of money.
Well, I mean, that being said, the AI in this game absolutely 100% does cheat.
Lovely bride.
Oh, okay.
That is, I guarantee you that, because I know for a fact that Bretonia cheats because they will raise entire armies of peasants, even though that would absolutely tank their economy. Because what happens is if you confederate with another Bretonian faction when you're playing as Bretonia, you get all of their possessions. And that happened to me, that I got one of their armies that was just full of peasants, and I'm like, I can't use this. I can't support this army, so I had to just disband it. It's a little weird, but
I feel like this arrangement will benefit us both. Here, take this army.
No.
They're all dying.
I don't want it.
To be fair, though, I think Bretonia is canonically starving to death constantly.
A real white elephant gift.
Alright, so the night sky bleeds purple. The winds of Shyish is strong, instilling the crew with a newfound vigor and strength. Now is the time for our action, for conquest, and for using this magical boon for our advantage. Should we control the seas or turn our attention to new lands?
I mean, we got that rage bonus, so I say we, like, just stack this boost with our attacking posture to just roll over people.
Scales and salt.
Get huge. Fight. Face.
Yes, the winds blow true.
A lot of range now. I'll put myself right on their border.
On course.
When do you get a posse of vampire pirate ship?
Unfortunately, sea battles are not a thing in the game.
This game is terrible.
It's
rid of it.
That's interesting, considering we have to hunt down a bunch of pirates for a victory condition.
It's a bit of a late. Vampire counts were a bit of a late addition. In fact, before, if you attacked another army at sea, you couldn't actually fight that battle. You had to auto-resolve it. And if you lost, the ship would sink and you'd lose that entire army. It sucked. With the Vampire Counts expansion, they basically made it so that you can fight those battles, but what happens is it basically teleports you to the nearest land and you fight on that map instead.
Well.
Which isn't, a perfect, an ideal solution, because they have made games with like naval battles before, but I think in this game it's a bit of a mess to try and make ships for each faction and make it, somewhat balanced, and I don't really blame them for not leaning into that just yet. I don't understand anything.
Promote PD.
I don't think I can. I think these have to be lords.
Oh.
Instead of heroes, yeah.
How do we make PD a lord?
PD can never be a lord, unfortunately.
But he's done so much.
He's always
deserves
been a
it.
hero. Oh, he'll be invaluable, but he's only a hero. To get a new lord, we have to actually go to the recruit lord screen, and then we can recruit another. It basically makes another army for us. We don't,
okay.
We don't really have the funds to reliably
Margaret
support
Booty
that.
Catcher.
Oh, was that one of them?
Yes.
Margaret Booty Catcher. That is a really good one.
All right. Well,
I hope she sticks around, because I want to recruit her.
And you're telling me she cannot be a...
Actually, how much upkeep is that? That's 250 upkeep. So I could afford
because
it.
Lord Margaret Bootycatcher is the greatest thing that's ever...
Empire Fleet Admiral.
No, I think she is a lord that we can recruit eventually.
She would be a lord, yeah. She would have her own army and her own ship. So I could start doing that. Yeah.
Admiral of the fleet.
Also trying to remember the fantasy rules, but in the tabletop RPG, the Lord versus Hero distinction was real. And I think like the difference is that Lords were only allowed in games with a certain point value to them, because the way it worked in the tabletop RPG was you would agree to like a point value like 2,000 or something, and then you just buy things and everything has a point cost associated with it.
SARTOSA's
And I
most
think
infamous.
Lords were only available at their certain point cost.
Bring me their
It
treasures.
had more limitations.
Because they're real expensive.
In part because it was like just explicitly you cannot field Lords unless you have a game of this point value. But even then, they're like very expensive, so you do so. It's a hard choice.
See the fad.
I'm guessing the strength makes up for the choice.
Like it's debatable because it's like in like for example like a 2,500 point game, like Lords could easily like run like nearly 1,000 in some cases. This is for like faction leaders, and even then sometimes it's like 500 points.
Ooh, bonus versus infantry. Yeah. I need that. Also, I was wrong.
Who are restless?
She is... I guess she is a Vampire Fleet Admiral, but she doesn't have the ship. I think I need to actually recruit them from the port.
I'm
that I
a
haven't
pirate.
built yet.
Of course you can trust me and my crew.
Nope.
Let's barter.
What does Ikit want? Ikit Claw wants a defensive alliance.
I'll pay you 300 monies for it.
Join him.
It just basically means that he wants help fighting these guys.
Oh.
Which isn't that bad.
Join Ikit.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
The Pirate Alliance is born.
Estalia is a little bit scary. Yeah, Talia just does not want to move. He just wants to turtle up in his city there. But what we can do now, since we have a defensive alliance with Clan Scryer.
Bigger warp for. I have
Oh,
only
no,
one
we
good
actually
ear,
need-
yes, but I still hear you.
If we have a military alliance, then we're sworn to support each other, and then if we're at war with the same faction, then I can like tell him a target to focus on.
Yeah, this was ally of this game, and notoriously for not ever betraying anyone ever.
Right. Any warp stone in your boat contraptions?
Ditto for pirates. Listen, it's right there in the code.
I know this game is called
They're
Total.
literal rats.
And we're literal pirates.
He does not really want to join my war against. Oh, yeah, okay. Instead, he wants a trade agreement. Just
this game.
It's straight up completely different.
He's
proposal.
already betrayed us.
All right, whatever. It's more money for me, so sure.
Listen, for a game called Total War, sometimes people want to be friends. Even the rat.
Also, what fucking trade? All you guys do is live under sewers and make death weapons.
I'm trading my my wine, and he's trading his.
One stink.
I don't know.
The tides.
Listen, there's a lot of like, they destroyed that town, leaving beside lots of like human-sized artifacts they can't use.
Ran ho.
We're getting warm coats and hats. No Skaven can wear a human hat.
I kind of want them to have a hero because I can wound their heroes. They don't have any around here.
So you wait. You just want to send them to get hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go send Petey to spy on.
Time to go.
Hey you. You wanna be friends? Hey, go fight these people for me. Don't ask.
Orc boys. This Orc Lord's name is just Rend. That's a little unsettling.
Ignore my crew. They are hungry.
What do you want now, Wicked?
Also, B, we
usually
could have
say
had a
refuse
peasant army had
but Father
we
commands.
gone with that Joan of Arc lady.
Oh, he wants me to join his war against Estalia.
Stalia? Who are they?
They are the ones he's fighting on the other side of Skaven
The
Bay,
Portuguese.
basically.
Or, no, the Spanish. The Portuguese would be north of that.
I want... I guess I could join into a military alliance, but that's dangerous. No, I don't want to declare war on Nick. I want him to join my war, but I don't...
God, why doesn't everyone think about me? The important thing.
No, I don't want to join your war. You won't join my war, so I don't want to join yours.
How selfish much, Zara.
He started it.
So, is it possible to...
Oh, there he comes.
Oh, yes.
Paolo is...
Oh,
here to
he's
get
bringing
destroyed.
both armies. Okay.
Oh. Well, they're like on fire. Is that good or bad?
There's a slight disparity in the balance of power, which means, I mean, these are all just basic infantry, essentially. Like, there's nothing special about pretty much anything here.
We just looked up his army. He just has like 30 giants. Which giants were actually like a unit in Warhammer Fantasy that a lot of factions could get because they're basically just mercenary folk. And they had an attack, and their attack was just a random table, and one of the obstacles they just pick a dude up and put him in his pants.
I think I remember that. Okay, monstrous. Okay, I guess infantry.
Also, I recommend looking up the Warhammer Giant model. It's pretty funny looking. And there was also a template used for when you killed a giant. I think that used to be that you'd have to roll a scared eye to see in which direction the giant fell. And anyone under it took an attack.
And the Gunnery White gets an ability that replenishes our range units' ammunition. That is scary good. Oh, this is a choke point battle? Oh, we've already won this.
Nice.
This is a choke point battle, and we have a hill. This is ridiculous. Like, this is over.
So they're just gonna walk into the gunfire then?
Yeah, I can just hold their whole line on this bridge with my infantry while all of my range units just shoot them for eternity. And because I have the height advantage, they'll all be shooting down, so I won't be hitting any of my own troops.
Oh man, once they pile into that choke point, those bloated corpses are gonna have a field day.
I'm gonna put my doggies. They've got Vanguard deployment, so I'm gonna hide them in
Also,
the forest.
I've heard it's probably obvious, but when the bloated corpses explode, we lose them forever, right?
They're dead, yes.
Okay.
But they take out a lot of things. The last one killed like 236 units on its own.
What?
Yeah.
How big is that explosion?
It's pretty big. I'm gonna put them up front because they're just basically gonna run in and blow up first. All my undead will probably be up front just because they are. One of their abilities or attributes is literally meat shield.
Boomer here. Got a boomer here.
So those guys go there. Why is that so weird? Okay. Deckhands, they've got super range, so they're just gonna kind of sit back here. You guys don't have as good of range, but he's pretty decent, so you're kind of sitting in the back line. Who's got the longer range? The handguns, they're gonna sit over here. Gunnery White can be up there.
Yeah. Listen, this Gunnery White's been sitting around for so long while PD's getting all the glory. He's got some catching up to do.
A little bit. these guys over a little bit. Get my bombers in there. I don't know how useful the bombers are going to be, but...
So we really haven't seen any magic. I suppose we haven't seen any actual magic used in the game so far.
Aranessa doesn't actually get any spells.
Do we have any
She gets abilities, like these guys. They just...
Do we have any spellcasting heroes and or lords available in the future?
We might. I can't remember. I
Okay,
think
so
we
it's
do,
probably...
but-
So eventually we'll see some magic.
Yeah.
If I know anything about cliches, we're gonna get some like voodoo priestess for our pirate army.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah,
They
I
avoided
think-
that one, huh?
Yeah, I think they
no
steered
tea
clear
at
of that
home.
one. I kind of want my monsters up front here.
I wonder if we have to ever collect white crabs.
I'll just kind of shove them in there. Alright, I think
I'm trying to
that's-
guess who the first magic user will fight.
Oh yeah, my actual
Guessing
humans.
Empire. Be the first time we see magic.
Empire might have a couple spellcasters or something.
Yeah, Empire is like not. Empire is like the median army. So there's like a fairly good chance we'll see some magic when we fight them. Like they had like an entire college of wizardry and whatnot, but their spellcasters aren't like anything compared to like the elves or the elven men.
What's
Or
the connection?
Between what?
Back with that, what was the connection between Warhammer and 40k? 40k is the same world, but like way in the future, right?
They never. Well, okay, so this is the thing. They never explicitly say this, but there are way too many connections for it not to probably be the same thing. So it's both yes and no. I think probably it does because there's too much overlap. But the only problem, it's. I can't give you a definite answer, but it definitely feels like it is.
Like if you go to the 40k setting, there's no like remnants of this setting.
There are, like the gods of chaos, for instance.
But then, like, the gods of chaos are universal, so there's no. I mean,
Like I know we hit space or whatever, but like there's no like.
The strongest connection though are the lizard men, because of the old ones they mentioned in the gods of the lizard men.
Oh no!
Bear a striking resemblance to the.
They better not shoot our bloated corpses to death before he gets there.
He might.
Striking resemblance to the old ones from 40k lore.
Okay.
Go for it.
There we go.
Good job, Chief.
That also causes like a huge amount of morale damage.
But then again, there's no hard answer to this, and people say no. Of course they're not, you idiot. Like, but
why would they just call me an idiot? I just asked the question.
Now, the main problem is all of the
What's
ranged
the
units.
product?
All of the ranged units outrange our own. So we are going to have to deal with that. But I do have my dogs back here.
I assume that. Well, actually, I don't. Yeah, it's just the name and the developer.
yeah.
There's the target.
If you're looking for any hard connections, there are none, but they are both made by Games Workshop.
There's got to be some wiki deep diver somewhere out there, like hardcore fan that has cataloged every connection.
So most of the connections are just thematic. Like there's like one piece of evidence against it is the fact that one of the gods of chaos in this edition was created like in 30th millennia in 40k lore, but then they explicitly go out of their way to say that because of how the realm of chaos works, the god existed before it was born. So that turns out in favor.
I mean, they're the gods of chaos. They don't have to follow with their time.
I've existed ever since I was born.
You know, this Caliborn did. It was already here.
I don't like that answer.
So, but if there's anything, one thing Warhammer lore is really good at, it's never fucking answering questions, so we'll never know for sure.
Yeah.
Or they could have answered it already. I don't fucking know.
They've had 7 editions. They probably answered
8.
it and then revoked that answer and then answered it again.
Actually, there are 8 now.
Oh, they revoked it again. Okay.
One of the worst retcons, unrelated to anything, one of the worst retcons they ever did, in my opinion, was for Necrons, who used to just be like a Terminator reference. 40k. They were just robot zombies who literally had a rule called "We'll be back." But they retconned them in 5th edition to give them more personality, which I liked. But then they just made them Tomb Kings in space, which I was not a huge fan of.
Tomb Kings in space.
Oh, my dogs. Get over there.
Okay, goddess of what?
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, B, I can't remember what you were responding to there.
There's a lot going on.
Okay, we'll go slow motion. I want to find Aranessa, see what she's doing.
Here's what you heard, because I don't remember anyone saying the word goddess.
I'm pretty sure that's their lord right there, who's currently running.
Why are you running?
Well, there's an army of zombies stabbing his dudes.
I don't even know
and giant
where Aranessa
crabs.
is. Yeah, there's the giant crabs here too. Okay, I should probably reform my line here. Actually, the giant crabs are basically not afraid of anything in this army, so they can just kind of do whatever. There's Aranessa.
Free company! Prepare for combat! Yes, Captain!
Eat their archers for dinner. Where did my dogs go? Oh, they're in the middle of that too. Aranessa is currently fighting their lord. She's around here somewhere.
Oh God.
Where are you, Aranessa? Oh no, she's way over here. Get back here.
She going?
She's got the bloodlust.
Dogs got kind of messed up. Send them back. Legendary lords are usually quite powerful. Like, they can hold their own for quite some time as long as they're not fighting something that they're weak to.
Just fucking. No, so we got the Total Warhammer game, but where's the Dynasty Warriors Warhammer game?
There's Left 4 Dead 1.
Well, I know that. But look at the Dynasty Warriors.
I guess the closest would be Space Marine for 40k.
1v1 me, bro. Come here.
Why are you running?
I'm faster than you.
Don't run away.
Yes, come back to my line of
Oh,
death.
we're losing those dogs, though. And the thing
Dogs
next to
kinda
the
messed up.
dogs.
Crabs. Get out of there, too. come back. My ranged infantry can lay into them.
Oh, there go the dogs.
They were just retreating, I think. Or maybe. Oh no, they just stop existing because they're undead. Crabs, I don't want to lose you. Come back.
Oh, kittens are crabs.
Never want to lose the crabs.
Get going! Faster!
Bring everything back.
SARTOSA's finest!
Everything behind my ranged units so that they can keep firing. There we go. I guess most of their army rallied. Now the crabs are dead. That sucks.
Who killed the crabs?
Trying to think of other things I can say about Warhammer lore, but I don't know anything about this particular general we're playing as, and I don't know a whole lot of places outside the main factions. I do know there is Fantasy China though.
Is that the Ow?
No, that's 40k. Tower Tower anime are basically space animes. And again, they can't keep on and again, because this is 40k, they can't decide what direction they want to take them in, so they're like simultaneously like a false dystopia, or like they're have a lot of disagreements on what they are as an image. Say that, but yeah, there is a fantasy Chinese empire, which is literally in where China is on this map.
I want to try and kill their general.
This is China. I wish there was more fantasy Switzerland's.
Honestly, Warhammer is probably the place you're gonna get the most of that.
Yeah, the empire is fantasy Holy Roman Empire. I don't really know if the Swiss is.
The one thing the one thing I know about fantasy Switzerland is halberdiers. I think we got plenty of those.
Literally a unit in a tabletop game.
Yeah. And in this game.
They had +1 strength, but no real protection, so they would just get murdered.
Pyrrhic victory.
Well, do you even deserve to call it a victory?
Yeah, that sucks. We lost all our monstrous units.
We started off so confident. You're all like, oh yeah, there's a choke point, things are going perfect.
Turns out getting shot made them bolder as they kept coming back for more.
A little bit.
I am not.
They're shooting us, yes! This is what I wanted.
Ransom captives.
That's right, lads.
Share the
Plenty
loot,
for all.
which decreases our infamy.
Spread it around the crew.
Or assimilate captives, which will increase our replenishment.
Boys,
We did get mauled pretty badly, did we?
We did, but I'm just gonna head back into our own territory and.
Alright, your choice. You're the guy who actually knows the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just gonna be screaming random stuff at you where everything is funny.
Unless it gained a level. We will get more loot. Oh, it's not my
Good
turn.
rank.
It was still Talea's turn. They attacked me. Oh, another treasure map. The world is blighted with these monuments to fear. The sightless eyes and leering grin conceal the riches held within.
Oh, is that the Skull Mountain?
I would assume that's Skull Mountain.
So a funny thing about Warhammer lore is like they have all these like gods that exist. They're all very vague and it's ambiguous whether or not they exist or not. Except for the gods of chaos, who are very real and will send demons to kill you personally.
One thing it has in common with the Elder Scrolls.
Like it's actually kind of hilarious because like the gods, like in the 40k book, like the gods of chaos are depicted as like these like nameless forces, except in their own like rulebook for their faction, the demons of chaos. In which case, they're just petty jerks.
I can't tell if I'm pretty sure that they will be reinforced by Miriaguino
Swordfish!
if I do that. So I should probably just.
You might be right. Come, crew, move.
I'll lick my wounds a little bit.
Like there is literally.
More bodies washed
I'll say that story for another one.
Okay, this is we're starting our third hour and we're getting pretty close to it. We've covered 0 of the pieces of 8. We can't burn all our lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Like.
I want. Actually, I can probably just recruit more of those.
But yeah, I will say, just remember some other details of lore. There's nothing to say that this is like the same universe as Warhammer 40k, but there's nothing saying that it's not, and they have so many thematic similarities. It could go either way, to be honest.
I kind of want it to be connected because I personally think it would be cool to like go to 40k and then see something from now come back and be like, well, let's get rowdy in space.
Like it's the similarities to the point where it kind of is a weird why not make it the same universe kind of deal, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is only a level 2. I need a level 3 building to get that port. I'm an idiot. Well, that should change things up then. Let's see. Mage Hulks. Ooh, I could start getting the big boys.
Cannons. Or Hulks.
Rotting Prometheus. Rotting Leviathan. That's the big crab. Where's our Necrofex Colossus? Death Guard.
Also, seeing chat, BS already picked their Chaos God. We will get to eventually when they show up. I hate to keep saying this, but right now we're not even fighting the Empire. Actually, I'm curious. I'm going to do some research on vampire pirates.
There's not much to know. Oh, there we go. That's the building I need for the Necrofex Colossus. That'll be a while.
Alright, we gotta get Margaret some cohorts. How's her army coming along?
I haven't recruited for that one yet. Tree and Noose. That's growth. Public order. Vampire corruption. Income. Or do I want to upgrade?
Oh no, it's even worse than I thought.
How was it worse?
They didn't even get a rule book. They just got a white. So, Games Workshop has this magazine they call White Dwarf. Not sure if it's still published. And the first result gives me rules for the Vampire Coast is from an issue of White Dwarf, and it's like 6 pages of stuff. I'll have to do more research though.
Alright.
You must dig deeper.
Can we actually raise these? We could, but I'll just wait. You can also merge units, so if they're hurting, you can merge them together into another unit to make room for new stuff. But you can't really afford much else right now.
Together.
They literally just had. Yep. They were
Choose your
literally
next
just this
words
White Dwarf
carefully.
article from.
The swordfish has dry powder and is ready
Trying
to
to see
fire.
Wait, so this entire group was an article, and they've been modeled and put into a video game.
They might have had some stuff more recent though.
Creative Assembly did a miracle with the Vampire Coast in this game. They took a very limited amount of information and made one of the best factions in the game. So hopes are high for the third game as to who's on their way, because the Chaos Dwarfs are the same thing. Like, there's almost no actual tabletop information on the Chaos Dwarfs, but they are probably going to be their own faction. Also, this is a Wood Elf. I don't know what he's doing out here.
Chilling.
Because the Wood Elves exist solely... Where's their stupid forest?
Yeah, they literally, the Wood Elves are just a faction that lives in one forest.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the Wood Elves.
I think it's actually right here.
And their entire thing is if you go into the forest, they will kill you, and that's the entirety of Wood Elves nonsense.
That's like Magic the Gathering Wood Elves.
Kind of, yeah.
Petey, find us that treasure.
Oh yeah, I guess there's treasure over here, but I don't know where it is.
And also, there's still that one somewhere near Miragliano.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there are 2 skulls around here.
I got 3. The world is blighted with these monuments to fear. The sightless eyes and leering grin conceal the heritage hidden within.
There's one on the left, too. That one.
Come to a coast ravaged by Talon and Claw, but do not miss the point. Trust is still a monolithic secret. Oh, that's way far away. That one is way up north.
Oh.
Oh, that's just Lucchini. Oh, I can go get that with Aranessa then. Oh, there, she's still recruiting.
Be right back.
Alright, fine. Petey, he'll just go back to Miriago now.
Okay, now I'm looking up where Aranessa came from.
Middling.
And judging by her entry in the Warhammer Fantasy Wiki, all the lore about her comes from an issue of White Dwarf and the Dreadfleet rulebook, which is a limited time board game that Games Workshop released in 2011.
Yeah, sounds about right. I like more dogs now. I should merge you guys. There we go. And dogs. Oh, I can't afford dogs.
Damn, expensive dogs.
That's global recruitment.
Sea dog.
I can get them here though. They're a bit cheaper. I'll recruit them. I'll have Margaret Bootycatcher recruit them, and then I can run them up. Oh, the Wood Elves have attacked Clan Scryer. Okay. Every time that I've ever had Wood Elves declare war on me, nothing has happened. Like, their campaign AI basically says, we are not allowed to leave this forest. And so they just don't. They declare war on me, nothing happens, and then they want peace. And it's like, okay, thanks. See you later.
They do not doubt the power of the Wood Elves.
Is it like if you go to their forest, it's a real problem because they'll fuck you up? They're good in
Actually,
the
I
forest
remember Wood Elves were pretty weak, actually.
In this game, the Wood Elves, like on the battle map, are actually quite powerful.
The Skaven have developed the Earthquake engine.
Yeah, the scheme.
That's Skaven.
Ikit Claw has done the scheme of doom with an exclamation mark.
Still, I really wanted to make super weapons.
Sword of Cain has been claimed.
And I wanted to be a dinosaur. We can't all get our way words.
They're right.
Yes?
I wanted a fucking mage. I wanted a magic toad to kill
The
people.
winds blow true.
Let's go down there.
Serve for eternity. The galleon
Mark,
away.
Cool
come up here and
cheers.
give some dogs to Aranessa. There, have dogs.
Rajon! Pirate's life! Let's go landwards. Ahoy! My ship!
My ship.
Stand stick for treasure. Ah, we did it.
What did we do?
We found a great hoard of treasure next to Lucini. Yeah, the city he was talking about was Lucini, not Mireg. I know.
I mean, I guess.
Find the hidden treasure. Not all wonders are
So
created
how
by
do we
gods
find
themselves.
these pieces of Eden?
They are on the armies that are wandering around, like the pirates that we see sailing around. They basically have them, so we have to go fight them to get them.
All right. In order to fight them, we have to do.
You have to be tough.
Yeah, we are officially the 14th ranked infamous pirate.
Okay. So right now we're just building up strength.
Yeah, basically, it'll be a while before we're on a level we can take those guys on.
All right. Is it because they have such much larger armies than us, or is it something else?
They're higher level. They have better armies, more armies.
Okay. So they're okay. So
Ready to swordfish!
There we go. That's the one I want.
So does the higher level just mean that they have more dudes, or are their dudes better than our dudes? Like, if we recruit...
Probably both. Well, these ones not so much, but
We can't even look at 14 of his people.
Yeah, like
12 of his people.
on Aranessa here, on these unit cards, they also have experience here. So like our deck gunners here are rank 3. So basically, the more kills they get in battle and the longer they live, the more experience they get.
Gotcha.
The more.
Oh, so it's also then. So is it also important to not have units get wiped out, or can you hire more experienced units with higher levels?
Eventually, you can unlock research that lets you recruit them at a higher level already. So that's generally a good way to do it. But the best way to do it would be to keep them. Like I'm mad that we lost the crabs because those guys would have gone up in experience pretty quick.
By the comet!
Border
Can I get an
princess is pushing
effing
them.
chat for the crabs?
Yeah, the crabs unfortunately did their best, but it was not enough.
Alright, man, we could have had an awesome fight against the Skaven where they brought out their giant hamster wheels and we fought with the crabs. Thank you, chat. Also, the Skaven have giant hamster wheels as a unit, and I'm not joking.
Yeah, they do. Doom wheels. Okay, Buccaneers, I don't care. These guys are the border princes, and I think they might be pushing in on me a little bit. They would probably be our next target, if anything. But
the nation calls.
One of their heroes wandered over here. It always makes me nervous. I guess I can have.
God, looking at all these units going, like, I appreciate the AI for not like taking its time, just doing shit. But then again, it could be cheating for all of it.
Hey,
I mean, if it doesn't have to animate people walking around,
yeah, it's
stuff
just
that happens on screen.
It's logic in this case, but there's still a lot of stuff it has. Actually, no, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, most of it's just graphic processing, so it's just quickly.
Cackle fruit. What does that do?
It's an ability for him to use in battle. I think it's like a magic missile, basically.
We're ship shape.
Yeah, you're pretty much in good shape. I'm gonna run you guys back up here.
Get moving. Move. I've got your bearing.
I got your bearing.
Thanks for getting my bearing.
Admiral of the fleet.
Okay.
Prepare my coffin.
Margaret, go back to Sartosa.
Where to?
And we'll talk about the recruitment there. Although I should maybe save up some money to actually upgrade these buildings a little bit. Ooh, I could get another port there. Yeah, I'm gonna save some money. Probably should not have recruited Margaret.
But we couldn't just let that sick ass name go by.
Yeah, I know. They will like remain
Speak. I don't
for a
have
few
service
turns, but I know they do get cycled out after a
now.
while. Naked Claw wants me to join his war against Estalia. His strength rank is 104 versus our 44.
Is this is a higher is better thing?
It basically means that you were more powerful, like militarily, essentially.
So what's the condition for wiping out a faction in this campaign?
They hold no territories.
Okay.
Basically. Unless they're a horde faction, in which case I don't think you can actually wipe them out.
And Skaven are a horde faction, I assume.
No, they're not.
Oh. Oh, are horde factions a name for like third party like bandits or whatnot?
Yeah, the horde factions are literally just a traveling army. They do not hold any land.
Okay, so you can wipe them out by... You can't wipe them out, but you can wipe out an individual by just killing them in battle.
Yeah. Basically, what'll happen is you'll fight, like, one of the factions is the Bray Herds. So if you fight the Bray Herds, you'll still get the pop-up that says faction eliminated, Bray Herds. But then they'll just come back later.
So they're like the barbarians or whatnot in Civ.
Basically. Same with Chaos. Chaos will always come back.
Oh yeah, can't beat Chaos.
So we've got our assemble the pieces of 8 goal, and we do that. Is that the end of the campaign if we complete that?
That will achieve a campaign victory, yes, but we can keep playing after that, basically.
Okay. If somebody else, like, I assume, are the other factions pursuing goals that will give them a campaign victory, and do we have to worry about being beaten to the punch?
No. It's
Okay.
basically just we have our goal, and that's where we go. We know what we're doing.
So if we lose, it's because we personally got destroyed. We don't have to worry about somebody else assembling their MacGuffins.
Yeah. No.
The Queen of Tides.
I guess unless their goal was like kill all other life that isn't you, nothing would stop you from continuing, right?
Basically, yeah.
Like,
Handgunners. They do have walls.
The Empire! Right powder. We'll make you fine blade.
Get him, Petey.
Petey wounded that guy. Whoever that guy was.
He came to the wrong neighborhood.
Fear the Pirate Queen.
I'm gonna go back to
Bring
everything.
me their treasures.
Let's see if I can lure them out again. Because I really don't want to have to fight them in the city, because that's going to be a problem. Not that many armies anyway. Or I suppose I could just build a new army.
Land folk are weak.
I'm like a new army. Blackjack and hookers.
I want to build more buildings first. I'd rather save my money for now.
Ready to swordfish. Onwards.
Boiler.
All the Skaven characters get really good names.
Yeah.
I saw some pop-up about their Doom engineer.
They also have giant mutated rats that they send out as armies.
Yeah. Rat ogres. Where are you going? Black buckthorn.
They also have death globes, which if that's the name I remember. Which are basically just giant bags of mustard gas. Balls of mustard.
The death globes in this game are terrifying.
Chaos comes.
Oh, hell yeah.
25 turns
Storm
into this
clouds,
already.
yeah.
Jeez.
SARTOSA's most infamous. Fear the pirate
All I
queen.
want. Actually, I know
A
what I want to
done
do.
deal. More mooing,
So-
less moaning. No, not this.
I want to recruit.
Hope you all are ready for chaos.
Oh, it's a while yet before chaos shows up.
I hope you're ready for them, though.
There we go. Vampire fleet captain. So we can get... There's 3 different kinds of fleet captains we can get. Vampires, Death, or Deeps. There's Anne Bloodletter, who's knowledgeable. There's Rose Cox, who's disciplined.
I'm sorry, what's the name?
Rose Cox. And Maddie Thorpe, who's cunning.
Oh.
Abel's poison attacks.
Always trust Cox, I say.
Let's see. Vampire fleet captains are spellcasters, master the crew, punishing all disobedience and severe lashing. I think they might get healing spells, actually.
They can discover undercities. Constantly.
Yeah, the Skavens get kind of the same thing as we do with the pirate coves, except theirs are undercities. I think vampires is probably what we want. Yes.
Fleet captain reporting.
That's who we want.
Fleet captain reporting.
And Bloodletter.
And an assault spite. Come, sea brigands.
I can't go back to raiding.
Also, unrelated to anything, a random comment. One of the big distinguishing features between Warhammer factions and Warhammer 40k factions is that Warhammer factions will work together occasionally, whereas 40k factions just fucking hate each other all the goddamn time.
Basically. I still don't have enough money to build that. Those buildings. Buildings are expensive. Construction costs -15 for infrastructure buildings. The pirate code.
Oh, well, you gotta have a pirate code.
Or recruitment cost. That's not really that good. Upkeep -15%. Heck yes, that's a good one. Definitely want less upkeep all the time, because upkeep sucks. That's the one nice thing about playing as the Tomb King, is that they don't have upkeep at all. Tomb Kings do not pay upkeep at all for any of their armies.
Is there anything restricting size then?
Yes, it basically for every building that you build, you can recruit a certain number of that unit that it produces. So as you expand, you need to build more buildings to field more troops.
Okay, so it's not an issue.
Now, speaking of the devil, the Brayherds come. Out of the forest they emerge. Horned beasts. Oh, there they are.
Oh, those are beastmen.
Those are beastmen.
Oh.
Johnny, that's John Beastman.
So the beastmen are created by chaos, so this might be an excuse to go on to the long chaos lord.
His name is Ebzaub.
Ebzaub.
They're okay with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say non-aggression pact. Sounds good. So generally they'll just kind of run around and like raid everyone and build up until they've got like a doom stack, and then they'll start messing with people. They might start messing around with Talia here. I hope they do.
Find treasure. What's theirs is ours.
Okay, go back to raiding.
By hook or sword, they'll
And
fall.
Bloodletter, meanwhile. You... Oof. That is expensive.
Well, what else are you doing all this raiding for? Trying to get money to to put a pirate cove
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do
directly
that.
in their city.
Kill or be killed. Aim for their sword.
If she can get that far in a turn, I don't know if she can.
All ship shape.
She's
Yeah.
speedy. Okay, so I missed it when we built our first pirate cove, but it lets us start like developing in that city.
I think it basically we get to build one building there
Ah.
that has some sort of an effect. We also generate profit off of that.
And what are the available buildings types generally?
They are in the murder and corruption tree. There's a pirate's rest and a corrupted tavern, which that just kind of increases recruit rank, and the other one increases rampart corruption. And then the smuggling and trade branch, there's the Picaroon's hideout and the Smuggler's Cove.
Do we want money or do we want corruption?
Probably money at this point, because I'm pretty sure that Miraglana is already they're already at 65% corruption.
But the corruptions are. That's what every army needs, is to be corrupt, right?
I don't even think I can afford an interaction. No, I can't. Alright, Petey, just I don't know, hang out here for a bit. Say hi to Icket.
Get some money.
And what letter gained a level, so I'm going to do that. She's basically going to be establishing pirate coves all over the world. She is going to go to the four corners of the world, to all the big name cities out there, and establish pirate coves there. If my army was made of peasants, I wouldn't have to worry about corruption.
Call me mermaid.
Oh yeah, but then when I know about Bretonian peasants, we have to worry about massive malnutrition.
He's not even offering to pay
Just
me any
make more
money
peasants.
now. He's just like, peace, please.
We did, and now they're all inbred.
Wait,
Bretonia's entire thing is a contrast between the Artorian knights and the legions of dirty peasants that they rule over.
Just the way I like it.
Tag yourself, I'm the dirty peasant.
Black buckthorn. I can't stop saying that.
It's all.
Hey, people in the chat, can you say black buckthorn 5 times fast?
Shayish wanes.
'Cause I can't.
Those purple winds of magic are strangely absent around these parts, making the bindings that tie our troops to this world and our will tenuous at best. Should we wait for the winds to blow more favorably, or press on regardless? That if we press on, we get more recruitment capacity, which isn't really that useful. Or we get more winds of power reserve, which also isn't that useful for us.
Oh, it does give us leadership.
It does
plus
give us
10.
leadership. That's pretty good for us. So.
Your infamous actions are making waves with others. They will surely
Who
fear
are
your
you?
name upon the high
He is
seas.
the tutorial man. It doesn't matter what faction you're playing as, you have this guy as your advisor.
Wait, somebody could be playing as like lizard men, and this dude would just show up like, "Hello there."
Yeah.
Hey there, lizard men. Shit going cool? I bet. Listen, got some tutorial to drop on you real quick.
I'm
Easy.
pretty
What up,
I
Skaven?
think Luther Harkon died. Because he's not on the
Is that
list
him?
anymore. And there's Carlil Lothreef instead, who's probably taking his place right now until he comes back. But we are officially more
Baron.
infamous than them, so.
Yeah.
Our
So
shade
there-
number 13.
Zarin von Hesty.
What was that?
And why is he the great? Who is Baron von Hesty, and why is he the greatest pirate?
I don't know. I don't know where he is. Let's see if he's on here. Black Buckthorn has a piece of 8.
So does Mad Mulletson.
Gentleman Jenkins, Ashok the Bloody, the boys of the Forbidden Coast. They're orc pirates.
The
man, they got
Forbidden Boy.
Not the Forbidden Boys.
I could also head south and start harassing Bretonia down here in the desert. They would be a pretty easy target. Maybe that's what I'll do with Margaret.
I have sailed the world.
Then we have so many.
Can't tell your mother.
SARTOSA's most infamous.
Yeah, you tell him.
Grind for blood.
I think, oh yeah, we need more
A pirate
population
queen
surplus before I can
needs a
build more
throne.
stuff in my fleet. I can still build this in Sartosa.
Swag sacks. Hell yes.
How many swag sacks?
See, father, I never linger.
Mind that recoil.
TD, what you doing? Oh, I can't afford it. I got no money. Oh, there's more Skulls Mountains here. I don't know why. But they're here.
On the march.
Your orders.
And Bloodletter. Where to next? That's a pretty good place for Pirate Port. Let's head
Get
there.
going, scum.
She's called us.
She may have just called us scum. I don't know if she meant it, but
Oh, she meant.
Kick her ass.
Listen, it's a term of endearment among pirates. We're all scum.
especially zombie pirates.
Hidden encampment.
Oh yeah, the Beastmen get one of like the worst abilities. One of their stances is hidden encampment, where you'll, if you don't like pass the check to actually spot them, which I don't know what that is, they can literally just sit in your territory and be invisible. Like you can run an army right next to where you know they are, and you can't find them.
When you say worst, you mean worst as in it's annoying, or that it's an absolutely terrible ability?
Oh, it's super annoying when you're trying to find them. Like when they're raiding your territory and you just want to get rid of them, and they just disappear off the map. It's just like, it's awful. I hate it's the worst. Anyway, we've acquired a ledger containing much of the recently raided area, filled with useful information about shipping routes and cargo inventories. 2 targets appear particularly valuable, yet strangely undefended. There's only enough time to pursue one of them. So do we want money or casualty
3K
replenishment?
monies.
I think we want money.
Unless that casualty replenishment is like permanent.
It's not. I would only
Make
last
it
a certain
rain.
amount of time.
Smell it.
Making it rain.
Now we can build our other port, which is perfect because that's more money. And Bloodletter, meanwhile,
Sail away.
you're gonna sail away.
By Sigma, no!
The tides.
I'm getting real mad with these guys. It's just, they will not stop hanging out just right next to their giant city with reinforcements.
Ship and crew.
How many more men do you think we're going to take it?
Probably not really that much more, but I'm gonna go ahead and start recruiting here. Definitely want these guys. I'll just keep raiding them until hopefully they come out.
ABR, always be raiding.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to move PD.
Harm me on my ship and risk the wrath of Manan.
Rend, what do you want? A non-aggression pact. That's probably a good idea. You can
Right,
scare
yo,
me a
get,
little.
let's have a pact. All
This
the
is
orcs
good for the
are,
tribe.
all the orcs talk like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing like. I guess, you know, we gotta take some cities or put ports in cities to make money. But, you know, for a victory condition, we really don't gotta piss off so many established empires.
Not really, yeah. Like it's our goal isn't really conquest. It's just kind of get rich. So that's why I say
Out here,
it's not
treasure.
really, yeah, it's not really useful for us to like conquer everything. It's kind of just defend what we've got and go and just put pirate ports everywhere.
Fear the pirate queen.
Pirate coves. What do we want here? Plus 4 leadership when fighting at sea. Casualty replenishment.
Salt water. Let's go landwards.
I'll just kind of keep her sitting there.
So the Rand tribute. So there are a lot of like Warhammer 40k races are mirrors of fantasy races, and one that got like wiped out of canon were the Squats, who were just humans who lived on this super high gravity planet to the point they just became really short. And and they were a faction like for a brief while. They even had some models printed for them. And then rolls a plane and put up in White Dwarf. But they were wiped off the face of the earth by the Tyranids, so they no longer exist.
So they weren't. So they're not.
They all got eaten.
By alien bugs.
Yes. Also, fun fact with Tyranids, they were, I think, the main inspiration for the Zerg, StarCraft.
Yeah, I've often heard that the StarCraft was really, I mean, and Warcraft as well, really kind of serial numbers filed off, kind of.
Yeah.
I think StarCraft probably more just, well, but then that's also a fair amount of aliens in there. So the chain of inspiration goes back.
Yeah. Well, the aliens was also from the Tyranids. I'm not sure that's what you're saying, but
no, I mean aliens. Doesn't it predate like that? By
Yeah. A lot of things from Tyranids are heavily inspired by aliens.
So now they are asking me to pay them for peace.
You just gotta destroy these people for their insolence.
We really need the cash.
Oh, there we go. We're in. I see what you're doing.
Are they trying to flank you?
No, they're gonna go for Lucini.
Ah.
Praise Manon. Yes, the winds
So
blow.
are you gonna stop them?
I refuse.
We could probably take them if they fought Lucini. I think I'd rather go for Miriaglino. Go for the prize.
Get my hook.
Pretty even.
Well, see, here's the thing: is that this settlement has walls, and actually, he's just gonna sail back.
Salt and blood. We fight. Get them.
Yeah, actually, so it's kind of interesting with the alien influence in Tyranids is that like there's very clearly a monster that is just the alien from Aliens, but I don't think it used to be its own faction until they folded it into the Tyranids.
Huh.
Or it came out first and then they folded in the Tyranids and then became like this advanced scouting force. They're called Gene Stealers. And they could just make monster people and have cults. And the idea was that they would just draw attention to the hive fleets so that they come and eat the planet.
I'm kind of hoping that he goes for Lucini, because then I can he does, he'll probably just siege it. But I don't know. I think we could probably take him.
Absolutely not.
Admiral of the fleet.
But you know what? I'm
Plotting
just
a
gonna head
course.
up there anyway.
Three sheets to the wind. It is your decision.
Mind that recoil.
PD is way up here. Come try and murder this elf. Oh no. PD's been wounded.
Oh no.
He'll be alright.
Those elf bastards.
So how many
PD
more
was the best of us.
11 more turns until we can establish another pirate cove without having to spend a ton of money.
Wave treading.
I already know where I'm going. Alright, so this next turn could go badly, but we'll see. Well, Ikit Claw just lost Tobaro to Destalia again. So good job. Good job,
Idiot.
rats. Oh, they're going to attack me.
Do they get the benefit of their garrison?
No, they don't. Well, they get their garrison, but they don't get to actually fight in the city itself. So they don't get the walls. They are going to try and fight me on open field.
Am I missing something in there? Because it looks like they're at a slight disadvantage.
They had reinforcements.
Okay.
Their reinforcements are the garrison from the city, which include mortars.
Ooh.
Which we are going.
Oh right,
to
artillery's also series.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
I wonder if they plan on making Total War 40k.
I mean, Dawn of War was a thing already.
Right, but actually, yeah, didn't Dawn of War 3 come out recently?
I don't think Dawn of War 3 ever came out.
I thought there was.
I feel like 40k is less about like big formations, and also a lot less.
It is, yeah.
So, like the Total War games have always been about like huge numbers of dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is just the This is the standard format for the series, then. Okay.
Yeah,
In that case, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make it because.
The only difference between this and the earlier Total War games is that the earlier ones are all actually like historic. They are all based in realism. This was the first time that they went out and did fantasy, which, I mean, it works because it's really good. It's a lot of variety.
Find me plunder.
I mean, it makes things very easy if you're basing your setting off an already tabletop RPG game, because then you just make it digital.
Okay. These guys, I'll get you at the top of this hill. Bombers, I will put in the trees.
I just want to read something about Dawn of War 3 at one point. Check.
I'm pretty sure it was in development, but I don't think it ever actually got released.
No, it has been released, and it's 6 out of 10 on Steam.
Huh. Go figure.
Free company!
Was released 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Huh. I must be misremembering that.
Free company! Yes, sir!
I gotta relate. Put you there.
Cutthroats all!
There, and I say you'll be right up front. Alright. I'll wait to run my bloated corpses in.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Here's the mortars. I'm definitely gonna have to deal with them.
Alright.
That's what the dogs are for.
Probably not a good sign when most of the positive reviews say, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, Vermintide 2 is $7.50 right now.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy that.
Yeah, deck gunners. Get them.
That seems like a bargain to me right now. Also, I can't believe Vermintide ripped off Left 4 Dead so much that they also ripped off the release sequel a year after the first game. Maybe it could have been longer. I don't remember. Yeah, it is 75% off.
Oh, okay, good. Vermintide 2 is the one I already own. I was about to say, damn, if like, I'd feel bad if like we all started playing Vermintide 2 after like I got Vermintide 1 and we never played it. But no, Vermintide 2 was the one words that got me to buy, and then we never played.
I mean,
I have it bought, so if we ever want to do Vermintide, Star, do you have Vermintide too?
I might.
It's
you know what? I can, if I click on it, it will tell me who are my Steam friends.
That's very true.
Vermintide 2 is like a mix between Monster Hunter and what's it called? Left
4 Dead?
Yeah.
No, Zara does not.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever actually bought it.
Zara has it in his library, but it's not.
Okay.
And so does Shakes. So we have 5 people.
Most mortars hit me from there.
Also, it's still getting developer updates. That's a good sign.
Yeah, their Reddit's pretty.
Also, they've also announced the release of something today. Level 3 of Curse of Draknell fills out now. That's always a good sign to see it's alive.
Yeah.
You guys get back here.
God, they're all in a line. If only you had some kind of linear attack.
If only you had some sort of doom wheel.
Yeah. Where's our Leviathan? They can just shoot a laser beam of water down this valley.
Captain.
Crossbowmen stand behind to get the dogs, but they're gonna go whip up the mortars first.
Oh, they've spotted your corpses.
Stay back. Why are you all the way back here? Gunnery White ran all the way across the map. Oh, the dogs are getting mortared.
No!
Oh no!
My dogs!
Ooh, yeah, it's taking a chunk out of them.
Gotta save them dogs.
They're also being shot by crossbows.
Gotta save them.
Life is hard for dogs.
Dogs are not very good.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
These dogs are not very good.
Okay, you saved yourself.
Yeah.
We just need more of them.
Okay, I need to reevaluate what's
The
happening.
fight almost broke up on stream.
go. SARTOSA is having fun. Loaded corpses. You guys are gonna go for a ride. Bombers. You guys are gonna have a run up there. You guys are actually going to attack them while the rest of you shoot. Actually, shoot him. He's the general. If the leader dies, then the army takes a pretty big morale hit. Oh, they have handgunners too. Shoot him. Please.
Just riddle this old man with bullets.
There he goes.
Oof.
Okay, what else we got going on here? Oh, they have a bunch of handgunners. Dogs are getting messed up. They end up running away. Oh, they took out one of the mortars. Perfect. You guys did your job. Now run and hide. Corpse is gonna get you. Corpse is gonna get you.
Crew, attend! Free company! Standing by! Move there!
You guys need to relocate so you can get a clear firing line.
On way! Gunners! Yes, Captain! On way! Okay! Gunnery mob!
Have my dogs clean up some of the others. Oh, my other corpse must have blown up and I missed it.
Yeah! Sword spike! Trespassers out!
I want to use your ability. Oh, that's the other one. That's the one I wanted.
Oh.
That's his capital fruit. Wasn't very impressive.
Oh well. Seem to be running them pretty ragged. Though a lot of our guys are.
Yeah, we are going to take a lot of casualties. It's kind of a general thing as undead.
Watch me see, father!
Force these guys into melee.
So I just thought of something. They seem pretty hard on, like, this lady is the son of the daughter of the dark god, but maybe she just thinks she is. It's hard to get, probably is, but it's a weird thought I had.
Could be.
And she's got like weird fish bits, doesn't she?
She does. She is definitely not human.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things that can do with that, especially chaos related stuff. Like, it's not uncommon for champions of chaos to have tentacles.
Ah, close victory. So we
Yeah.
saved it from being Pyrrhic.
We did. We lost 872 troops.
Yeah, what was your most like deafening victory in this just
I can't remember what it was. I know when I was playing as the Dark Elves, I had some pretty crushing victories where I would lose like 100 troops to their like 700-800.
Oh, we got a
Into the
banner.
brig.
We did get a banner. Boatswain's Burgess. +5 leadership.
Spread it around the crew.
That gives +1 loyalty.
Boys, it's
More
payday.
unit experience. That replenishes.
You're my crew now. That's right, lads.
Let's get some experience. So, they lost that fight. Oh, I guess I wasn't close enough to
Get us out of here!
the town to actually have them reinforce me,
Hoist
so...
sails!
Or they don't have any. Oh, they can't reinforce at sea, that's why. Silly me. Yep, he really wants to do this.
Time to tame the cattle.
Alright, one more fight.
Paolo, you're gonna eat shit. Fuck you and that same beard mustache combo that literally everyone has.
Leonardo Catraza. Winds of Magic. 30 Winds of Magic is pretty good to start with, so we're just going to keep that.
Above deck.
Ooh.
So she actually
Towers.
has spells that she can use.
Hell yeah.
This is... Where are we fighting? This looks like High Elf land. I don't know why it put us here.
And
Weird.
also a shipwreck.
Yeah. Strange.
Outer west.
In any event, we do have a hill here that I'm going to take advantage of.
I don't know. Sorry. It's a pretty nice hill, but I'm not sure if I want to die on it.
I'll hide my corpse in the forest. And she is a spellcaster, so I'll keep her behind the line.
Enemies, quail!
So she can heal units, resurrect dead combatants, and she also has a buff. Line of sight is also a thing in this game, so we can only see their army as it crests the hill here. So they definitely outrange us, which is a bit of a problem.
Fleet, Admiral!
But I do have heals. Oh man, they're gonna march right up next to this corpse, and I'm just gonna run him out of the forest into the middle of their army. He's waiting.
Corkscrew.
Crossbowmen are in range already. Hello, I'm a bloated corpse.
Bloated corpse, go!
Corkscrew.
Did you guys hear about that? Darn, just brings up the tab.
I
It
can't. You're breaking up. Where's he breaking up on everyone's end or just
Yeah,
mine?
yeah, I couldn't. Sorry, words, you couldn't hear any of that.
Words, it's not you, it's your connection.
Well, damn.
Yes, Captain.
I can hear you now.
On the way.
Oh, that's good.
Sure, it's, maybe the bloated corpses are like, it's kind of rough, you know. You only get one use out of them, but. Oh wait, she can resurrect things. Can she resurrect bloated corpse?
I don't think she can resurrect bloated corpse. She just resurrects like basic troops.
Kind of ludicrous.
Powers of the deep.
I'm actually gonna win this fight.
We serve.
Of course. Die.
See my hero in there. Now, the worst part about it is that a good chunk of my army is ranged units, and they outrange me in general. So I'm constantly fighting a losing battle, trying to gain ground.
You need some kind of like fog source.
Aye, aye.
You guys can go there too.
There was probably a spell like that in 40k. I can't remember the schools of magic were though. I remember there were like some generic ones, and then some factions got special ones. The Empire, being the Empire, only had the generic spells. They were referred to as the Moors.
Arise to my dominion.
Also, from time to time, if I ever like have to like do like a game of D&D or whatever, I've always considered if I had to like do like war sections of the campaign for whatever reason, I'd probably just make a custom rules and model it off Warhammer, just with much less complexity.
Fleet Admiral. Charge. Your quarter.
Try and kill her.
Fleet Admiral.
Just focus fire.
Blood magic.
Problem is, my guys won't shoot if they don't have a clear line of fire.
Oh.
So I also need to kind of juggle them around to get them into a good position to fight fire.
Powers of the deep. At last.
Please kill him.
Yeah, we've. So this is gonna be the close one. We're gonna have a bunch of. If we survive, it'll be a bunch of really badly damaged units. Yeah. If we manage to take out this crossbowman.
Fleet Admiral.
Please kill him. Please kill him.
Gunnery mob.
There we go.
Fleet Admiral. With haste. I'll cut them. A curse on you.
Yeah, we got this now.
I keep on seeing the last message in chat and thinking it's relevant to the new situation when it's just an old message. If your army was just an army of peasants,
it's always relevant. Get 'em,
we
boys.
just had the good old peasant boys.
Oh no, they have no leadership. They're falling apart.
Sorry, why?
Gotta bring my leader back.
You are the leader, don't pass the buck.
There's still so many of them left alive. Like, they keep routing, and then they just come back like again and again and again. It feels like it's way more than usual.
Gotta pursue them. Is there a mechanic where like you have enemies within a certain distance they won't leave the group?
Not really. It's basically once they get to a certain point of routing, then they get to the point where they won't come back. They're shattered. And they won't rally.
No more delays!
Come on, guys.
Is there anything you can do to hasten that process?
Not really. Okay, guys, everybody come back.
That one.
There we go. That's definitely a Pyrrhic victory, but I'm happy to come out of that alive. Sort of.
I mean, Pyrrhic victory is still victory.
Man, they got more people. If their leader wasn't dead, they'd probably still be.
Oh yeah, if I hadn't killed their leader, then I would be done.
I am your mistress.
Tower of the Elves declared us victory.
That gives Margaret some experience, though. That'll level her up.
Okay, she's learned not to do this ever again.
Baroness, I got a banner. Got another treasure map.
Show no mercy.
Those were a lot of fireworks for a Pyrrhic victory.
This guy gained a level. Give him training.
Attack! I'll have them.
God.
The Sea Father calls. His daughter answers.
The auto resolve. The balance power puts a lot on having walls.
Admiral of the fleet.
Oh my.
Good night, Tom.
Good night.
Hey.
We'll be wrapping up here shortly.
Yeah.
The great thing about being undead is that I can just get a new army.
Landfolk are weak.
Can I merge these? No, but I can
The crew are ready.
do this. Really? I'm pretty sure Talea has really good crossbowmen, because this does not seem right.
Pistols and cutlasses ready.
Resolve. I'll take it.
Take the booty.
Just slew them to a man.
As I foresaw. Admiral of the fleet.
She gets a new level.
The hunger.
The hunger. That is just a constant regeneration.
What's she hungry for?
Blood. She's a vampire. Okay, OG. And lick your wounds.
I have sailed
Lick
the
the wounds of
world.
other people.
Oh, I can just recruit more undead. But I won't do that.
Vampire of the waves.
Bring the storm. Make them fish food. They shall pay.
There's some unit merging here.
Get them.
You're so spiteful.
Ray's dead again.
It's salty.
And who else do I need?
Bloody your cutlasses. Get my hook. So
Fine. Just keep sieging. He doesn't have another army to reinforce, so it's basically done for him.
Landfolk are weak. Fleet captain reporting.
I'm gonna send you to
Course
Ultron.
plotted.
So next turn, I should be able to take.
Was that galleon's graveyard down there in the south?
That's the Galleon's graveyard, yeah. It kind of counts as a settlement for Noctilus to start in, but not really. That Oh, that's Bretonia. I thought that was an elf named Luann.
My skills increase. Just so.
All of your heroes and lords gain experience just passively over time. So that's why
I don't know
just
why,
gained
but
a
I really
level.
want to see ogres in Total War 3.
I think a lot of people
They're
do.
kind of, I mean, they're pretty one-dimensional. Like, all they really do is they're just really fucking hungry all the time.
To war! They shall pay!
That, and they're unique in that they're like a very elite army. They don't field a lot of dudes. They're really big. And they also have giant fucking cannons that they just carry around.
They do. One of their units is called the Lead Belchers. They just
Yep.
carry cannons. It's almost a guarantee that they're going to be an army in Total War 3. Or Warhammer 3, I should say. But, again, you never know. There's no confirmed information one way or the other as to what is actually going on.
Our upkeep.
Already
The
just
tide
cheaper.
rise.
Which is good. That can give him a new power.
Enchanted ballistics.
Red eyes. Shark bait. Blacker powder. I'll give him enchanted ballistics.
Make them fish food!
They're really still...
The Sea Father calls!
Okay, I guess that's not going to happen tonight then, because I don't feel like playing that siege.
Serve for eternity.
But
The crew are
if
restless.
I can get her up there, I'll worry about that next time. For now, enjoy this tableau of a goblin and a ghost dwarf hanging out with each other.
Nice.
Goblin named Bartorg and King Lun Ironhammer.
Why are they so giant?
Larger than life.
I mean, I'm pretty big compared to a city, if you really look at me.
Get them!
Worthy must be very tired. We didn't get any reaction.
Yikes. We called out on stream again. Anyway, that seems like a good place to wrap it up for tonight. 33 turns, I guess. So, that's
33 down.
Infinite more to go.
One more to go. Victory next time.
Yeah, unfortunately, like one of the other saves by the table will launch Total War 2 inside itself, but it was recursive.
Yeah,
We'll never finish.
We'll see how far we can make it the next time. Aranis is a bit of a different bird for me, so we'll see. Having fun though. But
yeah.
In any event, I am. That's it for me here today. But I am not alone. I've got all of these people almost every day of the week. Somebody's streaming Action Shakespeare, B-Drops, Candy Arachnid, Public Opinion, Stupid Dice, and Wordsy. The last 3 of which are here.
Hello.
Hi.
But yeah, tomorrow we've got Action Shakespeare with more Game Boy games, 50 Shades of Grayscale, with one of her favorites. I believe you're knee deep in right now. And from there, Thursday, I think we've got more Game Jam coming.
Some quality games coming your way every Thursday.
AAA quality. Yep, right there.
Money back if you're not satisfied.
That's right.
All $0.
Give me money so I can give it back to you.
But yeah, if you're interested in following any of these guys, you can see their schedule or anything like that. I've got links all down below, along with links to my Twitter, YouTube, and all that jazz. So feel free to take a look down there and follow and keep updated. And yeah, we will hopefully see everybody next week.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Watch out.
Good night, folks.
Watch out for pirates.